I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
It's filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm 13 years old. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be.
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man.
In a recent court proceeding, Sean Diddy Combs faced heightened scrutiny as attorneys presented a resurfaced 2016 interview with Usher, wherein the singer recounted witnessing very curious things while living with Diddy at the age of 13. Usher described being exposed to aspects of the music industry's lifestyle that he was too young to fully comprehend at the time. This development adds to the mounting legal challenges confronting Diddy, who is currently embroiled in multiple lawsuits alleging misconduct and mistreatment.
It's important because we know that Usher, when he was very young, was handed over to Diddy. He was literally handed over to Diddy to live with him for a short period of time. Don't take my word for it. You can listen to Usher in his own words discussing that time period in his life with none other than Howard Stern. Take a listen.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Well said, well said. Hey, a lot of people don't know this, but I had legal guardianship of Usher. Well, how old was you, Usher?
I was 13.
13 years old.
Going on 25.
Going on 25. I did his first album.
Chris. What's up, bro?
Getting out the gate. Don't remember the second album, but Usher does have a first album that's a classic that you know I executive produced. But most importantly, that's how he became my brother. And to see the way you grow, you have grown, and to see you get better with your craft, and to see the man that you turned into and the consciousness that you have.
Usher, the renowned R&B artist, has spoken about his experiences at Diddy's Flavor Camp. This was a period in his life when he lived with Diddy for a year. Usher was sent to New York City to live with Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, in the 1990s when he was just 14 years old. This experience was referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
The answer at the end. You're a dad now. Would you ever send him to Puffy camp? No. Of course I would not do that. The things that you witnessed, you staying up until 4 a.m. at these Diddy parties. And they're laughing. I love that. It makes it even more special because it's Howard Stern that's contributing to this conversation. And obviously Howard Stern is completely mental about Trump, about horrible Trump is this and that. And he's laughing about Diddy parties and learning that there's a 13-year-old kid there witnessing what he describes as orgies. Like Howard Stern said, there was orgies. Were you there? Did you see this? And they're laughing at this, right? Usher certainly knew what went down at Diddy parties, is the point that I'm making, okay? All of Hollywood knew what went down at Diddy parties. We could show you clip after clip after clip of them all mocking and laughing about everything that happened.
Usher has described his time at the camp as a period of witnessing curious things and pretty wild events. Despite the camp's reputation, Usher felt like a little brother and was treated as such by Diddy. He also mentioned that he got a chance to see some things that he didn't necessarily understand at the time.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what kind, do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. You know, I had like, you know,
What
like a living.
life.
So when Usher signed and became a quote-unquote mentor to Justin Bieber, why didn't he mentor him against going to Diddy's house? Wouldn't that be a nice thing for your mentor and your friend to do? Why is it beginning to feel like everything that Kanye West told us about Hollywood might be true?
Usher has also spoken about how Diddy's influence extended beyond just being an artist. Diddy helped him understand life and business on a different level. Usher got a front row seat to see Diddy's transition from independence to becoming Puff Daddy. However, Usher has stated that he would not send his own kids to Diddy's camp, implying that it wasn't a great environment for a young teen. Despite the challenges, this experience played a significant role in shaping Usher's career and life.
I genuinely find it insane how there are so many times when things are spoken about or said, whether it be on podcasts or radio talk shows, that kind of just go unnoticed at the moment. But once something pops off, like what recently happened with Diddy, and you look back, it becomes very revealing and scary. I think that interview with Usher is hands down the most revealing, the one where Usher was on the Howard Stern show.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, made some serious allegations in an interview on the Art of Dialogue podcast. He claimed that Diddy groomed Usher when the singer was a teenager. Deal mentioned that Usher wasn't completely transparent about his time at Diddy's Flavor Camp. He also referenced a misconduct lawsuit against Diddy, suggesting that Usher might be the unnamed R&B artist mentioned in the suit.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story.
Yeah, that is weird, man. I never knew about that, man. You never told me about that, man. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, you know, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had sex. If you read it.
Gene Deal has made some serious allegations about Diddy's relationship with Lil Rod. According to Deal, Lil Rod admitted in his lawsuit to waking up with Diddy and 2 other men in bed. Deal has expressed his opinion on this matter, suggesting that there might be something disturbing about the relationship between Diddy and Lil Rod.
And the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had, but how would he grope your anus? Your asshole. How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with 2 other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, you know, Diddy would grope his, you know, butt, you know, instead of anus? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, you know, somebody groping your anus.
You're going to say your butt.
Justin Bieber had a similar experience with Diddy in 2009 when Bieber was a rising teenage star eager to connect with the music mogul. With the support of his growing fan base, Bieber successfully caught Diddy's attention, leading to the creation of a video titled 48 Hours with Diddy.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16,
I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time.
Right here?
Yeah, it's gonna be yours. So, LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, front shot.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come out, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
In the video, Diddy is seen making a statement that raised eyebrows, saying they're having the times of their lives, like where we are hanging out, and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. While the video was initially presented as a fun, behind-the-scenes look at their time together, several unsettling details have since resurfaced, leaving many viewers uncomfortable with the dynamics portrayed.
Let's slow down, Josh.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. When when you get 16, you're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing.
Moreover, reports suggest that Bieber may have faced experiences similar to those of other young artists who were mentored by Diddy. The blurred lines between mentorship and exposure to an adult lifestyle have sparked concerns, especially as more testimonies and allegations against Diddy come to light. This has led to increased scrutiny over how young talents like Bieber were influenced during their formative years in the industry.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
Signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some grills. Let's go get some grills.
Jaguar Wright has made some serious allegations about Justin Bieber being misconducted at private parties hosted by Diddy. She has claimed that Diddy introduced Bieber to liquor at a young age and suggested that Bieber was exploited and manipulated within the entertainment industry.
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said like I was standing
somebody
outside the
that
door.
got paid.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
Diddy five.
There has also been speculation that Diddy forced Justin Bieber to lure young girls in his private parties, and Justin tried to bribe girls in Diddy's infamous parties as young as 14 years old.
Was Justin Bieber caught trying to recruit young girls for Diddy parties? Justin Bieber allegedly messaged a 15-year-old model named Inka Williams in 2015. The pop superstar asked her if she wanted to meet up at his Sydney hotel room through Instagram Messenger while he was on the Australian leg of his tour. She was allegedly shocked by the message because he was 22 years old at the time, and she was 15. One time during a concert, Justin asked if there were any 14-year-olds in the room and pointed out it was only 4 more years until they turned 18. Justin was known to frequent Brazil for ex-workers, a known hotbed for
However, all these disturbing interactions of Justin Bieber with P. Diddy in the early years of his career when he was just a little kid have left permanent scars on his personality. In a recent Instagram post, Justin has talked about his feelings about the ongoing Diddy situation. It seems like he feels guilty about being involved in all those activities.
It looks like Justin Bieber has spoken out about how he feels about the Diddy situation, and it's not looking too good, and it's what everybody thought happened. So Justin posted a series of pictures of himself crying on Instagram, and his wife Hailey Bieber also posted the lyric, quote, "Oh, I'm unwell," end quote, on her Instagram at the same time as he's posting these images. So one of Justin's friends have recently spoke out about how the pop superstar has gone off the deep end recently with supplies. And this isn't a really good friend, because why would you be telling the media this? So an alleged screenshot of Justin's caption is also floating around with the images. The caption reads, quote, "I will speak on it, but I liked it," end quote. So I'm not sure what this means. A resurfaced video shows Justin drinking with Diddy at a very young age. Eyewitnesses describe a distressing scene where Bieber appeared vulnerable and intoxicated with his clothes falling off. I mean, you can see his pants below his butt and it's exposing his thighs. So his clothes are just completely coming off of him and no one's helping him pull up his pants. So it's alleged that he may have been underage at the time of this video, and a source claims he was taken away and used by Diddy and the game as he was completely passed out.
Jaguar has made allegations regarding Combs' influence on Usher and Justin Bieber. Wright claims that Diddy influenced Usher during his teenage years, leading Usher to exhibit predatory behavior later in life. She further alleges that Justin Bieber became a victim of this cycle.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
During an interview on the Art of Dialogue podcast, Deal suggested that Diddy's interactions with young artists often involved inappropriate and manipulative behavior, which he downplayed as mere horseplay.
We didn't call it grooming back then. That his horseplay was a way of letting you know I could really hurt you if I wanted to. You get it? I could really hurt you. And that's what that kid probably felt.
You know why they're doing that? Because it's a glimpse of what's coming. There's a whole bunch of names. Y'all guess it. I ain't gonna put out no polls. I'm not gonna put a poll out there and ask you and give you names and multiple choice. I'm not doing that to other human beings. Only reason I read Kevin Lyle's name is because of the TMZ report that's plastered all over the news right now. It's the only reason I read the name. I'm not mentioning anybody's name. But what they're saying is that's the first domino. That's what they're saying. That's the implication. That's what's going on. Think about the parties at his home. Think about the artists. Puffy, P. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs. Think about the artist he's representing, who's worked under his label. Go ahead and do your own homework.
Usher was reportedly exposed to Diddy's infamous parties at a very young age, events that were highly inappropriate for someone his age. While living with Diddy at just 13 years old, Usher recounted witnessing aspects of the adult entertainment lifestyle that he was too young to fully understand.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent.
We be singing, the ladies be nice. Hey yo, everybody, make sure your breath is fresh. Get drugged up, make sure you lotioned up. Get some plug up. You know what I'm saying? If you smoking weed, get the Listerine strips. Please be respectful. Ladies, if they don't want to dance, don't let that hold you back, because this whole thing's about. Put that Darnell Jones, come on. Gang, 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 get to the dance floor. Yeah, love, love, love.
We've actually spoken with several people who say, frankly, they're not surprised by any of this. This, as the attention in terms of the investigation, now shifts to some of Diddy's friends and employees.
What are your thoughts on the allegations surrounding Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber? Do you think young artists should be better protected in the music industry? Share your opinions in the comments below.